whereas you can see that I added some wires. Those wires are added in there are for you to include the positive and negative attributes, so you can be able to connect your adapter like how I did right here to literally add more voltage and add more amperage to your lifespan of the battery or your camera. Although, as you all know, the camera uses a lot of power, like I mean a lot of power, because it needs to power this heavy flash right here. This Kodak flash, it needs to power it. So anytime you need heavy load, that's what I just do. This battery somehow they don't last they don't last up to like after 10 minutes they die off. Depends on how much you use your flash and how much you use your screen itself. You know, it also has a screen, and it also has a viewfinder. So the amount of time you use this viewfinder screen than the viewfinder, it also reduces the battery time. So that's that for that. So I'm going to turn it down on for you and see how it works. Right now it doesn't turn on because the battery inside is completely dead. As you see, it's blinking. The battery inside is dead. So what I'm going to do is that it turned on, it went back off. So right here I have a connector which I've connected to my a charger right here. This is the charger. So this one is like a very heavy load charger, heavy duty charger. It gives 9 amps altogether. So I specifically bought this so I can use to test the camera and see how far it works with this kind of voltage. So this one is output volts 5.5 volts, 5 volts, 9 amps. So I have my phone plugged in, which I'm using to record right now, and I'm going to plug the power bank cord right here, the camera cord right here. Let's plug that straight to the power outlet. Now you have the cable. It should turn on. Well, let's see. Yeah, it works perfectly. So let's see what it goes here. Set date and time. Date and time has been reset. You can cancel that or skip that. So here we have it. The camera is working perfectly. Shutter priority, the manual mode. This is entering the favorites. You have the video mode. I programmed it to shoot 720, although you can also program it to shoot 640. This is the panorama, as you all know. The camera takes panorama as well. This is the scene mode where you can see different scenes. You have the portrait, you have the sports, you have the landscape for distancing, you have the night landscape, you have the night portrait, you have the flower, sunset, backlight, candlelight, museum, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Although it's a small camera, 8 megapixels, as you can see right here, 8.1 megapixels. So it also gives a lot of flexibility, whereas you can see that a lot of manual flexibility as well, unlike the previous cameras I've owned. So this is the top of the camera, the high definition logo. Although there's also another logo, there's also inscription that was here before. This was the Kodak Color Science chip, the sticker, but it has been removed, as you all know. This is how far the flash can trigger. It's very bright flash. Wow, as you can see, all these pictures I took right there. Triggers very fast. Let me delete those pictures because they're useless. So, as we are saying, let me switch that off for you and show you the memory card I got. So we are back, and I got a memory card. This one is just like a memory card reader. The memory card specifically is inside the camera, inside the card reader. So let me show you the card I got. I think it's a SanDisk, it's a COOLPIX SD card, boasts 16 gigabytes. And as this SD card, I think the maximum speed of it, this is class 10, so the maximum speed should be 30 MB per second or maybe 10 MB per second, which is also preferably good for 720 videos, 720p videos, or 8 megapixel camera, which don't really process a lot of image sharpness and detail. Unlike if you want to get those higher end cameras that shoot 4K, I would advise you to get a better class camera SD card with a lot of gigabytes and a lot of class. That's a MB speed. Because without the camera speed, without the SD card speed, your camera may not likely process the videos and other quality content into your SD card. So this is just the card reader. I also have another SD card right here in my bag. I'm going to show you right here. So the batteries, I've got some extra batteries as well. These are all alkaline, non-rechargeable right here. These are also alkaline. These are not alkaline, these are just normal regular batteries. You have more of the card readers as well. I have lots of these card readers. And this is the SD card. This one is like a professional SD card for cameras itself, because this one boasts, this is called a eData memory card. This one is also boasts 6 gigabytes. This is class 6. It's also around those 6 MB, 10 MB to 30 MB per second. It's also good for regular content and not really high-end quality videos and pictures. It's preferably good for 10 megapixels, 12 megapixels, or 720 videos, 720p videos. It can record that instantly. So as you know, this side is for lock, and up is for switch on. So I'm not using that right now because this doesn't have a lot of space, and the reason why I'm no longer also using it is because the camera Kodak Z812is doesn't have Wi-Fi or opportunity ability to transfer videos or images through Wi-Fi. So it's better for me to use the SD card, the card reader, so whereas I can remove the card from inside the memory card and inject it anywhere I want to take my pictures, either the phone or that is maybe a laptop or something. So that's the reason why I don't use the card itself. I might likely use this if I have a better DSLR like a Nikon or Sony DSLR or something like that. Just keep that right there. To the bag too, you also have a flash diffuser, something like this. I literally just got this myself. I'm a light bulb. It works very efficiently as well. This is my phone lens. I just got this before and I was practicing more landscape and focus stacking with Android. It's just a phone lens. This is has macro, wide angle. The one I opened, the biggest one I opened now was right wide angle. This is the macro. I think it's written right there. Macro. Yes. This is the wide angle lens. So Android. And we also have the fisheye. So actually they work pretty well. Depends on the kind of camera sensor or camera megapixel your phone has. It will work preferably. Let's keep that aside. That's the manual for it inside here. Blah 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 blah. So let's keep that in. So what you have done now is the main camera itself. Let's keep that back in. Now the camera is still plugged in. Without the camera on, when it's on, it doesn't have a memory card. It also gives you ability to take pictures with the internal memory itself. That's one advantage of the Kodak Z812is. Right now, as you can see up there, that's a 4 red dot, number 4 written right there in red, stating that the amount of photos remaining for this camera to take with the internal memory is 4 pictures taken. So let's take this picture right here. So that's, it shows what, 3 right there. Another one. Let's see. Shows 2. Let's take something up right here. Let's do. Shows 2. Although it still gives you the ability to take extra one more. Let me zoom inside that and see more detail. So having a hard time focusing. Now, two pictures extra. just want to show you when it reached the last space or space remaining, what the camera will tell you. Let's take a picture of this. The reason why the reason why the camera is taking a long time to process it is because it's using the internal storage. Because the camera is taking a lot of time to process that image with the internal storage. Whereas if it's an SD card, it just takes a little bit of time, depending on the card capacity and speed. I believe the camera is also out of... This might be the last picture right here to detect it. Let's take this and see. You see? It writes what? Internal memory is full. So let's get back up and see how many pictures it took. If it's possible for me to check it, let's see. So I think we have 8 pictures. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 altogether. Delete all. No pictures or videos to display. So this is where we can insert the SD card. We have the 16 gigabytes like this into the SD card tray. Watch carefully so that it won't be locked, because sometimes the camera will notify you that, oh, you can't use your SD card because it has been locked. So you slide it down gently so as not to let the lock key hit the camera body hit the lock key. So it notifies you that your SD card has been inserted, so you don't have to restart it, on it again, and hopefully it detects it. Yeah, it detects the card instantly, so you can take your pictures back as much as you want. You see, it has a lot of pictures here. I have a lot of pictures on this SD card, and I took today lots, and so on and so on and so on and so on. It's a lot of images, landscape, portraits, blah blah blah, flowers. That's it. So about the frontage of the camera, about the top of the camera, I've already showed you that the manual guide and everything here. It's basically, it gives you more freedom to do more manual opportunities, just like with modern DSLRs. That's a Snyder lens, as you can see right there. It's also a very popular lens brand for Kodak cameras. They do very efficient and original quality good lens that they make with personally. So you have the play button here to view your preview button. You also have the info button, whereas you click on your image, it's taking the time to bring the info. Yeah, you see the information about it. You can see the natural color, the amount of white balance you use, the ISO, the specifications, the camera MB, megabytes, the white balance, or the quality of the image itself. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but when you take an image with this camera, it can show you the amount of light you use, natural color, the specifications. That's the, if you use the flash, the ISO and the auto exposure and autofocus. Like this one now, I took it in sunny daylight. That's why you can see that that daylight logo there, sun. This one's auto exposure, yes. My camera orientation, that is the speed and the quality, was also normal. The shutter speed f1 to 25. The shutter aperture is f3.8, which gives you this dark color. It's kind of a dark look because of the net. But also is the flash. That's what made it to trigger this image here. So that's it for that. I'm also going to show you how I take pictures manually, or if I want to take pictures maybe on high quality lenses or high quality shots. If you want to take portraits or different shots. So like this now, if you want to take very close up shots, I just have to click this. You have macro and you also have landscape. So before you have to do that, you have to take it to, I think, scene mode. So in this scene mode, I'll just take landscape, night landscape. If it doesn't still show, that means I will have to go to smart scene. This is in aperture priority mode now. I put it in. Camera is having a hard time focusing. Maybe because it's too far from the object. Let's bring it closer. Yes, it's focused. Let me press the top again to see if you can put it on. Now it is on landscape. Put it on macro. Let's see. Yes, it focuses. That's overblown. It's too bright. So one doing that, if you notice that your image is too bright, now I'm shooting on aperture priority mode. That's P right there. Just click on. This is what we're going to do. Because it's aperture priority, I need to set my aperture for the best composition. But whereas I like shooting on manual. In order for me to shoot on manual, I just keep everything on manual mode. What I like is what I've been using since the beginning. So what I do in manual mostly, I have f3.6 and the shutter speed is 1 to 1000 because that's the best this camera can go. Other cameras might be 1 to 5000, 1 to 4000, which give you more speed in taking pictures and composition. Like that's faster speed, faster image. But in this camera, I noticed that the higher your shutter speed, the darker the image. So let's see this. As now I'm shooting ISO 400 and the exposure compensation is 1.0. Let's take this image and see. This is the manual Kodak Z812is. I triggered the flash, which made it a little bit bright. So let me adjust the aperture. I shot in aperture f8.0 and let me reduce my exposure compensation to 0.1, 1.0. You can see how it got a little bit dark. DTD 3.5. It focuses on that. Let me zoom in and see if it still focuses. Yes, it still focuses. Why? Yeah, you can see that clearly. So let's take the picture and see. Wow. You see how it came out? And now if you want to check the info again, check it and see. Go back to the image and check the information. It's taking a lot of time to load. As one of the disadvantages of using the 10-8.1 megapixel camera. So you can see the differences there. I shot in ISO 400 like I said. Flash was on. Exposure compensation, that is the second one I use, minus 1.0. Exposure compensation again second 0.0. Auto exposure yes. Autofocus no. Because I had to press my camera to focus on it. And I still use f8.0. 1000. Can you see that there's a difference there? Now let's check the other one I first took. That's the brightest one. Let's check that. See the info here that are a little bit different. Now, what do you see? ISO 400, 1 to 1000, yes, f3.6. You can see the difference. f3.6 and auto exposure still there. And the exposure compensation plus 1.0. You can see I allowed more light to enter into my camera lens. And it brought a little bit brighter image. But in a scenario like this where you want the image to be focused on this as on this letter written here, it needs to be a little bit dark and focused so that your image will not be blown out like how you saw here. Let me even zoom in to see how it is. You can see it's a little bit blown out, but it's still clear. But check the other one. You can see a little bit more detail, a little bit darker, so it can be focused in the image. So that's that for that. This is the entering favorite. I don't really use favorite. This is the 720p video mode. You can capture 720p. The video mode also gives you room to record only 16 minutes. It's 1280 by 720. I thought it could opt for flash to be on, but it doesn't do that. Whereas it shows the flash logo here. I don't know if there's any modification that can be done to do that. Anyone can give me advice in the comment section. I haven't closed the battery, the camera SD card door. So yes, you have on the battery, you have the menu mode, 720 HD. You can click on it. These are the qualities it does: 640, 480, and 320. The info button, the share button, the menu button, the delete button. So yeah, you also have the viewfinder, as you can see, the EVF and LCD. I don't know if there's a way you can be able to see that, but let's see. It's turned on right now. You can be able to see the inside of the lens, but not really well. Now you can use the viewfinder to make more composition of your image. That's why I said the camera is likely more like a DSLR. You have this, the zoom in and zoom out button. When you click in the T button, it zooms in. Like we're on the 720p now, it's zooming in. Although it's not giving a lot of details right there because it isn't focusing regularly on the 720. So let's leave there. Go to panorama. This is where you can do different panoramic shots. You have the scene mode, as I've said before, night landscape, the ISO, high ISO. Let me show you about this high ISO. So I think I need to bring another image to the front here so I can focus on this. So this high ISO, I'm going to show you the difference between the high ISO and the normal image taken. So in this high ISO, the camera tries a little bit more in giving you a very brighter image let's say in dark circumstances. Let's see. So click on the shutter button. See, it brought the same image. What you see is what you get. Whereas if I use smart scene, the camera tends to on its flash itself and gives you a little brighter image. Can you see that? But high ISO, let me turn off the lights everywhere and you see the difference when you shoot in high ISO. Yeah, all the lights are off now. Only my phone lights that is on. Now you are in ISO button, ISO mode. It's high ISO. Just take the picture, zoom in and see. There's a lot of grain on the image. I don't know if you can see that clearly. There's a lot of grain and a lot of it's not even really bright like that. You can't actually see the 8.8 gigabytes written in the SD card. It's very brown, blown out. But if you change it to smart scene, where the flash comes out itself, you can see that there will be a little difference. Can you see that? Oh, you can see the camera shows a correct detail of the 8 gig. You can even see it clearly. There's no doubt. You can see I'm still zooming in and still have a lot of details. So that's one advantage and disadvantage of the higher ISO and the smart scene. So guys, that's all for this video. If you didn't watch the unboxing video of what I did on the Kodak Z812is, click the link in the description or click right here so you can watch that as well. I'm taking a lot of pictures with this camera and I'm still giving you lots of tips that you can use to get more quality image. You just say 8 megapixel camera and 8 megapixel Snyder Kurisnak sensor. It's a very popular sensor. Snyder lens. Some Samsung lenses, some Samsung cameras also use this, but it's very good. Coupled with that 8 megapixel image stabilization, what else do you need? So guys, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I have more reviews on this camera itself. For those that haven't watched my review on the Z812is, on the unboxing of it, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Watch that as well. Thanks for watching guys. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Peace.